My wife and I live in an old house in Dorchester. Our children have left home. We're concerned about our future energy costs, and it's something of a challenge living in an old property, what we can do about it in practice. Hello. This is an electricity monitor which we've been using in our house for about a year. It shows you how much electricity is being used at any one time. For example, if we turn lights on and off, a dial here goes up and down. And this is really useful to give you an idea of what you can do to save energy.
This monitor really saves money, and it's sort of interesting to watch how quickly the numbers change when you turn things on and off. It's kind of fun to watch, really.
This also shows you how much electricity you've used in the last day, the last week and the last month. For example, yesterday we used 7 kilowatt hours. The last 7 days we've used 65, which is that's about 9 kilowatt hours per day. But over a year, this has actually saved us something like 1,000 kilowatt hours compared to an average house. It's saving us £130 a year. And how it's done that is through encouraging us to turn off lights when they're not in use, but also to purchase low energy appliances, low energy lighting, and if we're replacing appliances like we replace a dishwasher, to get something which is A-rated. And cumulatively it's really helping us to make these changes.
And the changes we've made really haven't been very hard to do, and have just been built into our daily life, and we don't even have to think twice about it now.
One of the first things that we realised when we started using this electricity monitor was that half of the base electricity in the house was actually used by these halogen downlighters in our kitchen. For example, at the moment with 2 halogen lights, the rest of them are low energy lights, with 2 halogen lights it's showing 330 watts. We turn off those lights, the power immediately drops back to 190 watts. Basically, that's costing us £20 a year for these halogen lights. So what we're going to do about that, we decided to change our halogen lights, which take 50 watts, for low energy lights, which only take 14 watts. And it's relatively easy to change them, but if you're not certain at all, always ask an electrician, and always turn off the electric power at the fuse box. And basically you can just unclip the halogen light, unscrew it, it's bayonet fitting, replace it with a low energy light, and replace the clip that holds the light fitting in place. The other thing which is quite useful is to find out how much electricity individual appliances in the house are using, and also if they're taking electricity when they're turned off or on standby. And you can do that with this type of plug, which basically it measures the electricity for anything that's plugged into this monitoring socket. For example, here we've got a digital radio, and it's got a transformer which at the moment is on all the time. If we see how much electricity this transformer is using, all we need to do is to remove the transformer, put it into the monitoring plug and put it back into the socket. What you'll see here is it's using about 3.2 watts, which actually is not a huge amount of money, it's about £3 a year. But when you start monitoring other things in the house with this plug, for example our refrigerator actually only costs us £11 a year. So this transformer is actually using 1/3 of the electricity as a refrigerator. And that sort of motivates you to turn it off at the wall. And as soon as you turn it off at the wall, of course, the standby losses are reduced.